welcome to 30 Minutes. I'm your host, Parrish Murphy. Got a question for you. Is your money funny? Is your change strange? You ever thought about owning your own business? Well, it's not as hard as you might think. I talked to the Small Business Administration and got some great information on what you can do to get your business up and running.
The SBA is a cabinet-level federal agency that was created in 1953. SBA's mission is to make the American dream of business ownership a reality, and we do that 4 ways, Parrish: through capital, contracting, counseling, and crisis.
Now, it's been around for quite some time. Why was it formed initially?
You know, that's a great question. What it is back in World War II, the federal government did not want a monopoly on business during wartime. And the Refinance Corporation was created. And portion of the Refinance Corporation was to supply small business for diversity and access to small business supplies for the war effort. And then in 1953, as a follow-on to the Refinance Corporation, the United States Small Business Administration was created.
Now, most people, when they start a business, they don't have the capital to start out. I guess my question is, what are some of the advantages of getting a loan from the Small Business Administration?
The number one reason, Parrish, is the guarantee. Because for lenders, they require a 1-to-1 ratio. For every $1 that you borrow, you need $1 in collateral. And if I'm needing $100,000 to begin with, and I have $100,000 in collateral, why would I need to talk to a bank in the first place? So if I don't have that $100,000 in collateral, where can I go? Where you can go is the SBA, because SBA has guarantees of 50%, 75%, 85%, and up to 90%. And with these guarantees, the lenders are more likely to lend the money because they know that they have the SBA guarantee. There are some other advantages, Parrish, with the SBA as well. You can also have a longer maturity, a longer period to pay back the loan. You can also have an interest rate that will assist the business in cash flow, and with improved cash flow, they can devote more of their funds towards the business rather than having to pay back the loan. Another issue that businesses face when it comes to financing is for conventional commercial loans, they may only be able to secure capital through a balloon note. And with a balloon note, all you're doing is paying interest and no principal, and then you have to pay back the note in 2 or 3 years. So with the SBA, you don't have the balloon note, you don't have the short maturity, you have longer terms, better interest rates.
Now, when you first meet with someone who wants to establish a business, what is the step-by-step process that you go through with them?
So with SBA, we have the 4 C's. The 4 C's are capital, counseling, contracting, and crisis. And with counseling is technical assistance. So the first place the small business needs to go is to seek SBA resource partner assistance and technical assistance and business counseling regarding their business. And once they connect with an SBA resource partner, then they want to have a conversation with that business counselor about a business plan, competitive advantage. What is it that their business can sell, either a product or service that is competitive, that the public will talk to them about that product or service than any other company. So they need to have a competitive advantage, they need to have a business plan, they need to know their marketing strategy, and they need to know their operations, and all of that can be accomplished by meeting with an SBA resource partner and developing that business plan.
Now, once funding is complete, what is SBA's role in helping guide the business along for a period of time? Because that's great, you have money, you're able to finance your business, but if you're new, you're going to get a lot of new experiences. How does SBA help with that?
Securing financing is just the beginning. Then you have to start the business. And then you really should be working with the resource partner in the starting and operation of the business. Parrish, the SBA, we have over 1,000 SBDC centers across the country. We have over 10,000 mentors who can provide mentoring for their small business. I would submit to you, Parrish, that number one, the borrower, the business owner, should be working with a resource partner. But number two, especially if they're going to be starting a business, they need a mentor. And the first place that they can look for mentorship is with SCORE. And SCORE provides those 10,000 volunteers who mentor with expertise in 63 industries and are subject matter experts in legal and accounting and marketing, in social media. And these business owners really need to have a mentor for their business.
What are some of the biggest obstacles people run into when starting a business?
Number one, not knowing their competitive advantage. You want the reason to be in business is your competitive advantage. And if you don't have a competitive advantage, you shouldn't be in business to begin with. But number two, in addition to not having a competitive advantage, undercapitalized. I see so many times business owners who have a great idea, they're passionate about what they do, they have the technical expertise, but they have no idea on operating a business, and in not knowing how to operate the business, they get a loan that they're undercapitalized. And so they get in business and they don't have enough capital, they've borrowed money, and now they can't even pay back the loan that they borrowed because they didn't get sufficient capital to begin with. So competitive advantage, undercapitalized, other issues, a lack of marketing. So once you start your business, you need to be selling. And the selling should be driving revenues. And if you don't have a marketing plan and sales plan to drive customers to your business, you're going to drive yourself out of businesses. These are just some of the issues that small businesses face in starting and operating a business.
What year did you guys start doing disaster loans?
Wow, you're keeping me on my toes.
There'll be a quiz after this.
Wow. SBA was created in 1953. We've been offering finance, and it was approximately, I want to say, nearly 2 decades later that we incorporated programs such as the 8A program for small business. But yes, we've been offering the disaster loan program for quite some time. And when I say disaster loan program, the disaster program is now called ODRR. ODRR is Office of Disaster of Resiliency and Recovery. And with ODRR, it's not just disaster loans, it's disaster preparation, it's disaster resiliency, and disaster recovery.
Okay, we've talked about startup businesses and how they can get started. What if you already have an established business and you want to make your business grow? You want to take it from level 2 to level 8. How does the SBA help you with that?
And once again, number one, I'm going to refer those clients to our SBA resource partners, the SCORE, the SBDC, Women's Business Center, the Veteran Business Outreach Center. Contact the SBA resource partner to a counselor and a mentor that can take them down that path of growth for their business. Number two, Parrish, we also have, SBA has had for quite some time an emerging leaders program. It is now called Thrive, and it's for CEOs, and it's for CEOs who want to take their business to the next level. And very shortly, we're going to be having a mixer this month for those CEOs who would be interested in growing their business. It is a 13 session. It is a 7-month program. And over that time period, Parrish, they're going to be developing a growth plan. And so they're going to be developing a growth plan. They're going to be analyzing their business. They're going to be networking with other CEOs. So another way that business owners can grow their business is through the SBA Thrive program.
Thank you for your time, Mark. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
When we return, we'll find out some of the advantages SCORE can provide for you and your business. Welcome back to 30 Minutes. We are here with a SCORE representative that I know you're really going to enjoy. Her name is Ruchi Gupta, and she is Vice President of the North Houston region, correct? Thank you for coming on 30 Minutes.
Thank you, it's my pleasure.
Now, this show that we're doing is about small businesses, and SCORE works with small businesses in conjunction with the SBA at many times. Now, tell me, what is SCORE and when was it established?
SCORE is a nonprofit organization, and it is known as the nation's largest network of volunteers who are business advisors and who provide tailored guidance to small business owners. SCORE began its journey in 1964.
Wow, it's been around that long.
It has been 60 years now. And over the last 60 years, we've been serving as the largest resource partner of the Small Business Administration of the federal government. The foundation, the core foundation is giving back to the community. So you will find volunteers who are experts, industry experts, across the spectrum, freely providing business advice, freely providing guidance, investing their time, their energy, their knowledge for the small business community.
Great. Now, when you start a business, what are some of the necessary things that you have to have in place?
Parrish, that's an excellent question, and a very broad one too, because starting a business is a multifaceted journey. So for the sake of understanding, ease of understanding of our viewers, let me break this down into different phases.
Speak like Jesus spoke to the kids.
Yes, and that is how we do at SCORE too. So I would say phase one is definitely testing the viability of your business idea. You might have a great idea, but it needs to be viable. So you need to understand if your business is going to be sustainable and scalable over the long term. And this is where you perform adequate market research to really understand if your business is going to be profitable and if your business is able to run over a long period of time. So that's phase one, I would say. Phase two is about developing your business plan. Okay. All of the insights, all of the information that you gained, all of the data that you gained during your market research, you're going to put that in a business plan and develop it. So I would say, in my personal opinion, there are three important pillars that really help a business to succeed. The first one would be a great product. And when I say a great product, it would be a product or a service, whatever your business offering is. It has to be really, really good, catering to the market needs. The second pillar is having a skilled team. You need to make sure that you have a great team around you. And the third pillar is a great go-to-market strategy. So I think having a great team, having a great product or service, and a go-to-market strategy.
Now, what is that, a go-to-market strategy?
Go-to-market strategy is the planning and all of the strategies that you are developing to launch your business into the market. And it entails a lot of market research to really understand your customer needs, really understand your target audience, understand where they're at, where do you find your target audience, which really helps you to hone down your distribution channels, and understand their preferences and needs, which really helps you to develop your market strategy. So you need to ensure that you have a proper product market fit. That is very important. So these are the three cornerstones to ensure the success of a business. But going back to your initial question of what are those essential steps or things to be put in place when you start a small business, I talked of phase one and phase two. We now go to phase three, where you have you've performed a litmus test to your business. You have developed your business plan or in the process of developing a business plan. The third phase would be the legalities of your business. And that is all about deciding the right business structure, deciding the right business entity. And let me dig a bit deep into this third phase, because this is a very critical decision. Deciding your business structure is going to affect how you operate and grow as a business. It will affect not only the day-to-day operations, but also the way your business is taxed. So it's a very critical business decision. And you may want to, if you are a sole individual, you may want to get into a DBA, you may want to establish an LLC corporation, you may want to get into a partnership, an S Corp, C Corp. There are different entities. Each entity has its own pros and cons and different ways of registering the entities in the state of Texas. Once you have registered your business, the next step is to obtain a business license. So, this phase 3 is really about checking those boxes step by step. You got your entity registered, get your business license. So, for example, if you are wanting to get into the restaurant business, you would want to have a food service license. Or if you're a financial advisor, or you may be a real estate agent. So each one of these industries would need you to get the right business license to help you qualify and operate in that industry. Once you have that, the next step is getting an EIN. EIN is an employment identification number provided by the IRS. It's very important because it helps the IRS identify you as an entity, irrespective of whether you have employees or not. So getting an EIN is another crucial step. Now, once you have your EIN in place, you have your business registered, the next step is to get a business account. Very important. And also, it's crucial to keep your business account different from your personal account so that you're managing the two funds separately. Right? You have your business account. The next step is understanding the accounting, making sure that the business credits and debits are in place, the expenses, the revenue flows, the cash flows are all set up in the system. So you may want to get in touch with an accountant or a tax expert to really understand what is the documentation needed so that you may be able to file the right taxes. So in all, and we say this at SCORE, you need to have a bail team, okay? Bail is an acronym for a banker, an accountant, an insurance agent, and a legal team, okay? So each one of these experts would form a team that will help you guide through the process of your business journey and help you make the right decisions. And I would say, reach out to SCORE. SCORE mentors are extremely experienced to help you carve your roadmap to develop your business plan, help you connect with the right resources, especially if you're wanting to start a new business. So we are here to help you. Reach out to us and we will be your trusted advisors.
I want to go back a little bit. One of the first things you talked about was research and researching your business. How do you go about doing that? If I want to start a restaurant, if I want to do Chicken Shack or something like that, what is the process to gathering the information of research? I don't know if that's a crazy question or not, but I just thought, okay, well, what if you don't know what that is? How do you do that if you've never had a business? How do you research and what do you look for in that particular research?
Parrish, I cannot stress enough on the importance of market research to understand your target market. And again, it's a multifaceted journey. So I would say market research is all about understanding and digging deep into the market that either you are in or you want to enter. So it's about extrapolating that data to help you make the right decisions.
So find out about the community, basically. What community are you in? What's the demographic of that particular community?
Exactly.
And do they eat chicken? Or do they like Mexican food, or do they like Italian food? Just finding out basically what's around you.
I think one of the first things is to really find out if there is a demand for your idea. That is so important. You may go into the market, you may launch your business idea and finally get to know that there is no need in the market.
They don't want a Chicken Shack.
They don't
exactly.
Want it.
They don't want a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah,
right.
maybe they don't want it in that area, or maybe they don't know that you're there. So understanding that demand is very important. Is there a genuine desire in the market to really, embrace the product or service that you are bringing to the table? I'll share a very interesting research by a Harvard professor of entrepreneurship at the Harvard Business School. And they did a research on the startups as to why startups fail. the number one reason for failure was having bad bedfellows, meaning not having the right team. So you need to make sure, as we talked earlier, having a skilled team. We need to make sure that the people that we are surrounding ourselves with are complementing our weakness.
The general consensus to me is big business runs America, right? Is that these large multi-million and billion-dollar conglomerates have a large, how can I put this? It has a very large impact on America. But you were telling me something very interesting about small. I was asking you, how does that equate to small businesses? And you gave me a very interesting question. Can you share that again with me?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think our viewers also need to, know about this and really pat their backs. 99% of businesses in America are small businesses.
Wow.
So it's not the conglomerates, it's not the big tech that is running the nation's economy. We need to get that clear. It is the small businesses who are running the national economy.
They're the actual backbone of our economy, small businesses.
Exactly. They are the backbone. They are the wealth creators. They are the job creators. They are the ones that are forming businesses. So I'm so proud, coming back again to SCORE, so proud to say that SCORE has been playing a huge role in nation building, because we are empowering these small businesses, providing them with the right advice, guidance, mentorship, tools, resources. So I would say small businesses that haven't yet, tapped into this resource, they should definitely reach us out.
Okay. Now, how do you keep up with the turns and the twists of your market? How exactly do you do that?
Parrish, again, I think this is an excellent question and something that we don't talk about much. We do talk about market research, but
things change. I mean, I'm thinking about just Houston and a lot of the other major cities.
Yeah.
They're going through regentrification.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, the white folks are moving back into the inner city.
Yeah.
And that's and that's significant because that changes your demographic. If you had a Chinese restaurant and you had a chicken shack, that changes because that might not be the demographic that likes that. How do you keep up with those particular changes?
Yeah, it's very important to be on the top of competition, again, top of what is happening in the market. One of the major ways is, understanding the customer. Get hold of the customer. The customer is the king. You need to understand that. Pay attention to the customer. So if you're already into the market, you're already a business that has launched and you're serving a set of customers, then I would say you're literally sitting on a gold mine of your target market because you have that customer list, right? Pick up the phone, talk to those customers, understand how you have been able to serve them, understand what more they expect from you, and prepare your list and see if there are any themes, any characteristics, any loopholes. Try to fill that gap.
Interact with them on social media.
Interact with them on social media. So go back to the customer. And again, if you have not yet launched your business, maybe conduct surveys, send out questionnaires, interview focus groups, try to interview potential customers or clients of your competitors.
How has social media changed the landscape of small businesses? Because I know it's a way to interact with your customer. You have to pay attention to likes. That's why likes are so important in social media. And comments as well, because if somebody gives you a bad comment on your food, you have to take that seriously because other people are reading it.
Exactly. I think this is a huge revolution of sorts where technology is feeding into digital and social media, and digital that again feeding back into technology, each of these different entities feeding into each other. So again, one of the ways of keeping yourself in touch with what's happening in the market is being digitally savvy, embracing technology, going on social media. 70% of consumers make their purchasing decisions on social media.
Wow.
They are on Facebook, they interact with their mobiles, they look at reviews. Reviews are a great way to really understand if I want to go and buy this product or not.
Because that will influence people who don't know you.
Exactly. And it's a great way of keeping tap of information, accessing information, keeping it at your fingertips, free. without any subscription, without any investment into buying magazines or buying industry reports. So there's something called sentiment analysis. And the people who are digitally savvy will really understand what this is all about. It's about tapping into social media to understand the sentiment of the customer, understand what are the conversations that are taking place, to really understand what the customers of your competitors are talking about. Are they really happy with their products? Or are they cribbing about something? Are they wanting something more? And maybe that is a gap in the market that you could come and fill. So I think social media plays a very, very big role in business development and success.
And finally, how do you guys work in conjunction with the SBA?
SBA is the Small Business Administration of the federal government. And as I said, SCORE is the largest resource partner of the SBA. SCORE, over the last 60 years, SCORE has been serving more than 11 million small business owners and entrepreneurs. If you look at the SCORE Houston chapter statistics, we advised more than 5,300 unique businesses just last year, training more than 15,000 businesses through webinars and workshops. So we hold hands with our local SBA team. The SBA on a national level is, in partnership with SCORE, is a team of more than 10,000 volunteers. And the national SBA has its district offices in each one of these districts, as well as networking partners that the SBA works with. SCORE is one of the resource partners that works hand in hand with the SBA to help them fulfill their mission of empowering every individual with the right resources to help them succeed as a small business owner. And I'll give you an example here. Maybe you're interested in working with the government, with the federal government. Maybe you want to get into federal contracting. So what are those resources?
Have a good accountant.
Or have a good accountant.
Have a great accountant.
Exactly.
Because they count the pennies. Absolutely.
Absolutely. You are so right there, Parrish. Or maybe you want to ask for loan. And that involves a whole lot of business planning and developing your dossiers and developing that documentation that the banks require before they want to really credit you with loan. And that is the mission of the SBA, and SCORE works hand in hand to help the SBA team at the local level. If you talk about SCORE Houston, we work with them closely together, not only to partner with them, helping them fulfill their mission, but also partnering with their resource partners who are our partners too. And these are the financial institutions, the lending banks, the small business banks, the micro lenders, the Veterans Business Outreach Center, the Women's Business Center, and a whole lot of these resource partners that together empower and create this thriving ecosystem for the Houston business community.
That was great stuff. We had so much great informative information. I put the full interview on our 30 Minutes with Parrish Murphy YouTube channel. Thank you to Ruchi and all the wonderful people at SCORE, and thanks to Mark and all the great people from the Small Business Administration for their helpful and insightful information. I hope this information was helpful to you as well. Thank you so much for watching. I know you have other alternatives in your viewing pleasure. I truly appreciate the fact that you chose 30 Minutes. Make sure you subscribe and click the like button on our YouTube channel. And if you have any suggestions on what you would like to see a story on, feel free to shoot me a message. For all the great people here at 30 Minutes who helped put this together, I'm Parrish Murphy. We will see you next time.